top of Moab Rim on top of Sand Hill. We're with our 2021 Gladiator. We call it Gobi 1. It has a supercharged V6 in it. It is the Procharger D series, and we've downsized the pulley a few times, tuned it, and so she's pushing about 16 pounds of boost in there. Got a couple external coolers for our PSC steering to help keep it cool. Changed it out to a dry filter instead of the oil-filled one. Actually had to change our intake hose because the other one wouldn't hold the pressure, but we've got it pretty dialed in now. Got your trail camera here, came with factory. This is a carbon fiber hood that is vented. Then we've got our Poison Spider front bumper with our code for LED lights. These ones are hooked to your factory fog lights, so we can use those just like normal. And we've got the slim LED bar there. Got our intercooler here for the supercharger on there to help keep the air cool and get better combustion. We've got our Fusion 2.5 ton steering there. We've got that's our PSC RAM for a hydro assist. We've got our King air bumps with our triple bypass shocks there, and our King coilovers with compression adjusters. Coilovers give you about 14 inches of travel. The triple bypass really let you tune it for high speed. It really lets you dial it in. Next, we've got our Rockside Engineering sliders with the armor. The door step comes down, and we have thoroughly tested them. They will take a beating on there. On the rear, we've got our King coilover, 14-inch King coilovers on the back. We've put some King air bumps in the rear as well. This system is a Evo long arm system. We've modified a bit, extended our rear upper arms, changed our mounts on the axles to give us just a little bit better travel on it. Got our method racing Beadlocks. Those are good for holding the tire on at low PSI. Right now we're running about 13, which is pretty good for such a heavy rig on this one. We've also got our Rockside Engineering rear sliders, Rockside Engineering rear bumper. It's held up really well for us. So we've got our Oracle flush mount tail lights in there to slim it down a little bit. These backup lights are way better than the factory ones, and when that's not enough, we added some backup lights to a switch into the bumper so that when we're on the trail, we need light behind us, we can really light it up. We cut off the hitch back here, give us about 6 more inches of ground clearance. We can't tow anything with it anyway with the way it's set up with the coilovers. Got an Ultimate 60 rear axle, 538 gears with an Eaton E-locker. Tom Woods 1350 double cardon drive shafts front and rear as well. We've reinforced the rear sway bar mounts so they don't rip off the frame, which is a common Gladiator problem that we found a fix for pretty quick. Behind the winch is our supercharger release valve, so when I let off the throttle and all the boost is built up, it escapes through that valve there. And then we've got our American Adventure Lab running lights and blinkers that are here. We tint them so that they don't fade. These are the stock fenders that we have cut down, removed the factory inner liners, and then we've done Evo inner fender liners, and then on the front and the rear are made by Artec. The sector shaft brace / steering box brace is by Yeti on that one. So I used to have the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss Pro XS 43s on here, which was really cool, looked awesome, and it did really well on the trail, but on the road it really suffered. And I could still do pretty much all the exact same stuff, and I really enjoyed daily driving this, and the 43s were just too much. It just didn't daily drive well. So I went back down to 40s on it, and that gives me the versatility that it can daily drive. I could do 80 down the highway like it's nothing, and I could still go do pretty much any trail I want. And that's a common question I get, is why I went back down to 40s versus 43s. And sometimes tires get too big that it actually hurts more than helps. So on this one, I put a personalized plate that says Desert Rat, and that's kind of a play on my nickname when I was younger. My CB handle was called Desert Rat, and that's kind of a play on, I was just always in the desert, but obviously still always in the desert and love it, and I was just always dirty, and it's also a play on the World War II MBs. They were known as the Desert Rat in Africa. They had their group. So that was kind of what I did that. Why I did that. This is kind of what I envisioned when I was younger, something that I could use pretty much everywhere, and that's why I've equipped it the way I have, because I've equipped it with coilovers and tons and all the particular things that it has, so that it performs really well everywhere. It's obviously almost worthless as a truck now because it has coilovers, so it doesn't hold weight very well, but that's not why I wanted it. It's to haul the family and can go across, blazing across the desert, but also can rock crawl and do most everything.